Good morning, dear children. I welcome you to your literature class. Today we'll read the 5th chapter of your textbook. The name of the chapter is Bishal's Biscuits. This chapter is very interesting and this moves around a boy from Nepal. First, let's have a look at the new words. Crossword, a game with empty blocks in which words are formed both horizontally and vertically based on given clues. Bache, you very well know what is a crossword. You must have played this game many times. Stranger, someone you do not know. Stranger is a person whom you do not know. Who is he? Make a fuss, become angry and complain. Make a fuss means to become very angry and complain about something. Pretended, behaved as if something is true which when you know it is not. Pretended means दिखावा करना, किसी चीज का झूठा दिखावा करना. Furious, extremely angry. Furious means getting very angry. Stormed out, left the place suddenly and angrily. Stormed out means गुस्से में आना and in anger you leave that place and go out. Let's read the story together. Bishal lived in a village in Nepal. One day Bishal's parents were going to Kathmandu to do some shopping. Now Bishal was a boy who lived in a small village in Nepal. And one day what happened, Bishal's parents were going to Kathmandu. Bache, you know Kathmandu is the capital of Nepal and Nepal is the neighboring country of India. So Bishal's parents were going to Kathmandu to do some shopping. There was a festival, Dashain, and they were going to do shopping for the festival. So he also wanted to go along with his parents. Why? Because he needed to buy some books. So they caught an early bus to Kathmandu. उन्होंने सुबह ही काठमांडू के लिए बस ले ली and by the afternoon they had bought everything that they wanted and they were about to come back home. Right? Bishal was not very fond of big cities. He hated the noise and the traffic there. He asked his parents to take a taxi to the bus stop so that they could get back home early. उसने अपने parents को क्या बोला कि एक टैक्सी ले लेते हैं ताकि हम जल्दी अपने घर पहुंच जाएं. But their taxi got stuck in a traffic jam. Now you know, beta, in big cities there is a lot of traffic on the roads, right? So their taxi also got stuck in a traffic jam. And by the time they reached the bus stop, the bus had left. The next bus was after an hour, so they decided to go over to the restaurant near the bus stop to have some tea and snacks. Now they were hungry because full day they were doing shopping and they were very tired also. So they decided that we have some time for the bus to come, so we can go to the restaurant and we can have some tea and snacks. Now they went to a restaurant. The restaurant was very much crowded. Bishal had to sit at an empty table near a window away from his parents. Now the restaurant was so much crowded, Bishal didn't get seat with his parents, so he had to sit away from his parents on a separate table. Now he was very much hungry and he was waiting for his order to come. He opened a packet of biscuits that he had bought earlier. बच्चे उसने एक पैकेट का बिस्किट पहले बाय किया था, so he started eating the biscuits because he was waiting for his order to come. He placed the packet of biscuits on the table, took one and started to eat it. There was a newspaper on the table. A newspaper was lying on the table, right? He opened the newspaper and started to solve the crossword puzzle. Now, we always find crossword puzzles in a newspaper, right? So there was a crossword puzzle and he started solving it. After a couple of minutes, कुछ समय बाद क्या हुआ? A man sat down across the table in front of Bishal. Now बच्चे कुछ टाइम बाद क्या हुआ? कुछ मिनट्स बाद एक stranger आया and he sat near Bishal. He looked like a businessman. He was wearing a dark suit and was carrying a briefcase. Means he was looking like a gentleman. The man placed his briefcase. Briefcase क्या होता है? Everyone knows what is a briefcase? By the chair and ordered a cup of tea. Okay, man ने क्या किया? Briefcase को chair के पास रखा and he ordered a cup of tea. Bishal did not say anything to the stranger and carried on with his crossword. Now Bishal was busy in solving the crossword, so he didn't say anything to the stranger and he carried on with his game. Then what happened? To Bishal's surprise, the man reached out and took a biscuit from the packet on the table, and then he started to eat it. Then, bache, what happened? Bishal was so much surprised that the biscuits that he was eating, the man took out a biscuit from the packet, and he started eating the biscuit. Bishal could not believe his eyes. He was shocked by the man's bad manners, but he decided not to make a fuss. Bishal was very much surprised. He thought that he is like a gentleman. He's looking like a gentleman, but he doesn't have good manners. He was eating the biscuits which he was eating, but he decided not to make a fuss. उसने ये decide किया कि I will not get angry. I will not create a fuss. He helped himself to another biscuit and went back to his क्रॉसवर्ड. अब उसने अपने पैकेट में से एक और बिस्किट लिया एंड ही स्टार्टेड ईटिंग एंड अगेन ही वाज बिजी इन सॉल्विंग हिज crossword. Then the man took a second biscuit. Bishal pretended to be very interested in the puzzle since he did not know what to say to the man. Now the man took a second biscuit also and Bishal pretended, उसने ये दिखावा किया कि he is very much interested in the puzzle and he don't know what the man is doing. So उसने pretend किया, right? Some time passed when Bishal put his hand on the last biscuit. The man gave him a furious look as if the biscuit was his. Now beta, what happened? Some time passed और then what happened? Bishal ने जब last biscuit उठाने लगा, then what happened? The man gave him a furious look. उस आदमी ने, उस stranger ने उसे एक furious look दी. What is furious means? Extreme anger. राइट बहुत एंग्री लुक दी उसको एंड एज इट वॉज ऐसे लगा जैसे वो बिस्किट उसके हैं. बिशल एट द बिस्किट नर्वसली एंड डिसाइडेड टू गो बैक टू हिज पेरेंट्स. अब बिशल ने वो बिस्किट्स तो खा लिए, बहुत नर्वसली खाए उसने बिस्किट एंड उसने डिसाइड किया कि नाउ आई शुड गो बैक टू माई पेरेंट्स. As Bishal was getting ready to go, the man suddenly pushed back his chair, stood up and stormed out of the restaurant. Now बच्चे what happened? As Bishal was getting ready to go, जैसे ही वो जाने लगा था, the man suddenly pushed back his chair. अब वो जो stranger था वो वहाँ से उठ गया and he stood up and stormed out of the restaurant. और वो बहुत गुस्से से वहाँ से restaurant से वो निकल गया. Right? Now we have come to the end of the chapter, but this last paragraph is very good. Bishal was relieved. He wanted to talk to his parents about how rude this man had been. Now Bishal was relieved because the man left. वो stranger जो था वो तो चला गया था. Now Bishal was relieved. He wanted to talk to his parents. वो अपने parents से ये बात करना चाहता था कि how rude this man had been. He folded the newspaper, put it aside and stood up. Now he folded the newspaper in which he was solving the crossword puzzle and he put it aside and stood up. And there on the table where the newspaper had been was his own packet of biscuits. Now what happened? As he folded the newspaper, what happened? His own packet of biscuits which he was eating, he had started eating, it was lying under the newspaper, and the biscuits which the man was eating, the packet was his own. It was not Bishal's packet of biscuits, right? So what happened? His packet was lying under the newspaper. So what do we learn from this? We learn that we should not judge a person from his looks and from his gestures, right?